Let's get sweaty.
Hey guys, welcome to a Shenmue Dojo video. Hot off the press just now, ININ Games have provided us with a press release detailing all the features and the platforms for Shenmue 3 Enhanced. That is the name for the project they are working with YSNET, taking Shenmue 3 across multiple platforms and giving it essentially a nice uplift with things going forward. So what I'm going to do in this video is go through the platforms it is available on and also the key features and just sort of discuss a little bit about what those features are and the impact they are going to have. So first and foremost, everybody's really keen here to know what platforms is Shenmue 3 Enhanced going to be on. Well, I can confirm right now for you that it will be releasing on the Xbox Series consoles, so that's Shenmue going back to Xbox. Obviously 1 and 2 are on there already. If you go further back, Shenmue 2 are released on the original Xbox, which is great, so that'll be accessible there. It's also going to be making its debut on Nintendo. We don't know yet whether this is Switch 1 or 2, but it is going to be going over to one of the Switch consoles. We just don't know what at this point in time. And it is also going to be getting a native PlayStation 5 version, as well as some small updates, I think, to PlayStation 4 as well, although I'm not entirely sure from the press releases out there as well. Additionally to that, we are confirming that you will have an upgrade path. So if you own the game on PlayStation 4 or current version on PC, you will have an upgrade path to get the new features, which are detailed for you in a minute as well. On PC, it's going to be available on Steam and Epic Games Store, so that rules out hopefully any controversy there as well. If they are going to do physical editions, which again is not really talked about in this press release, I hope that with the Nintendo Switch 1 or 2, whatever they do, they need to be doing that full game on the cartridge, please. I'm going to beg for that as much as possible, but I'll touch on some of that again as we go through. So the next bit, the key features here, guys. So these are the key enhancements that are going to be made to the game. Now, I have been saying this for months and months and months. We were not to expect anything massive in terms of story changes or anything of the sort, because I don't think they had the time or the budget to go and do so. But what we do have here is a lot of quality of life changes that the community have been clamouring for, and I think we'll be very happy about. So in the order that's in the press release, first and foremost, we're going to have enhanced graphics and textures and performance. So essentially within the game, if you extract them from the PC, and you can do that, all the sort of step-by-step guys are able to do that. You can extract all the assets that are available online. They come out at 2K. So what they're going to do is upscale all of that to 4K. So you can have sharper textures, richer details. You can have faster loading times, so taking advantage of the SSDs that are available in the modern consoles and also in PCs. And that will hopefully lead to smoother gameplay as well. Now within that, I'm hoping that means there's going to be the removal of the loading areas, the walking areas in Niaowu, and I think there's a little bit in Bailu as well. So that means because of the superior asset stream, because you've got faster SSDs, better CPUs, that should hopefully be mitigated or at least lessened to a certain point as well. Second point on here is the 4K texture uplift. I've talked all about that. More detailed environments, more detailed characters, items, and all the rest of it, which is great. Not a real surprise given that obviously PC, PlayStation 5 and Xbox can do 4K. Whether that happens on Switch or not, or whatever version of Switch they go on, I don't know at this point in time. Next point, DLSS and FSR support. So the high quality upscaling is going to be in there. So DLSS is the NVIDIA upscaling system, which is used on PC, and FSR is used on the Xbox and PlayStation consoles, or if you have an AMD graphics card as well. So seeing those in there is great. Essentially what it means is you can render the game at lower internal resolution and use either DLSS or FSR to upscale it to a higher resolution, and therefore giving you either better picture quality or better frame rates. Now with Switch 1 has FSR 1, which I'm told isn't particularly effective. Switch 2 has DLSS, which is considered better, I guess, in terms of these upscaling ideas, but because we don't know what platform is going on the Nintendo area yet, I'm not too sure where that'll end up, but we'll see anyway. But seeing upscaling, DLSS, FSR being utilised is only going to improve the performance, especially on consoles, where I would hope, certainly on the PlayStation and the Xbox, you'd get close to that native PC experience off the base game from the original release, but we'll see how we end up. Next point, increased NPC density. This is something that's been talked about in the community for years and years and years. Niawu felt sparse. They're correcting that. Niawu is going to feel more alive with more characters populating the streets and hopefully less of that sort of Dreamcasty type pop-in that we had originally. Makes a lot of sense. I think it would just make that feel a lot more hustle bustle, and people have likened Niawu to Hong Kong. I think you're going to get closer to that feel with this sort of upgrade. Again, this is taking advantage of the modern software and the hardware, because obviously then you can stream in the assets much faster as well, and there's been improvements through the Unreal Engine through all the upgrades anyway, so I expect that will also help things. Next one, I think this is a really big one, classic camera mode, people. Now this is something that I've been talked about ever since the demo for Shenmue 3 came out way back, I think in September 2019 prior to release, that we wanted a classic camera mode in the game. Obviously wasn't there on release. Mods were made by Team Walinshu for that, and people used them. They look really good. So much so that we popped a tweet out or a post on Blue Sky saying, look, here's classic camera. Go on, go and use it. Go and do it. And ININ have gone, yeah, we're going to do that, and have gone and done it. So that is confirmed. Classic camera mode is in. It's optional. It's on a toggle. So if you want to use the modern view, you are more than welcome to. Then we've got gameplay tweaks. Now there's a few here that I'm sure people will like. The first will be that there's an option to reduce the stamina system speed. So obviously in the current game it reduces pretty quickly, especially when you're new into the game, you haven't trained yet. They are looking at reducing how quickly that depletes. So that means that you should get a bit longer within the game before you have to eat or anything of the sort, and it's less invasive. Health restoration before fights is in. This again is something that's been talked about at length. You don't know where the fights are in Shenmue 3, so in order to, I guess, combat that, they've said, well, okay, then that was a big source of frustration because you could walk into a fight with 2-3 bars and you're going to get battered. Not anymore. With this tweak, you walk in with your health then fully replenished for the fight, and then afterwards it'll go back to whatever it was previously in the open world exploration, which is great. Reduced money barriers as well for smoother progression. So obviously in Bailu you've got the 2,000 yuan for the wine, and in Niawu you have the 5,000 yuan for the reverse body check move scroll. They are going to reduce these money barriers. I don't know to what, but I do think it will help for a number of reasons. Number one is it means you can progress through the game faster, which is great. And number two, I think where people may have struggled to engage in the economy system so much, it means it's not quite as invasive. So you're not sat there going, I have to get, wow, the heck am I going to get 5,000 yuan? I don't know how to make money. I haven't sold herbs, this, that, and the other. You reduce that sort of stress level, and I think people will sort of respond to that, especially if you haven't played the game before. Then on top of that, you've got improved interactions here. So on your first playthrough, you can't skip the cutscenes. So that has now been changed. You are now going to be able to skip the cutscenes. Why people do it, I don't know, but the option will be there. Obviously, it's a modern gaming thing. Expanded QTE timing window is in. Again, this is something that's been clamoured for years and years and years. That QTE window in the original release is harsh as hell. It's really hard. So having that expanded timing window is going to be great and allow for much more accessible gameplay for me, you, and anybody who's a new player as well. Menu and UI enhancements, so streamlined navigation and also a checklist for purchase alerts as well. So thinking back to the original release, you couldn't see what moves you'd bought, it didn't check them off. That is now going to be fixed as well. Now, all of this is optionality. It's all under an optionality first idea, so you can turn these on and off at your leisure. So really, there's no real excuse not to have this version, especially if you're going to be playing the game for the first time, because you can either have the base experience and turn all of these options off, or you can tweak your experience to what you want and then have some of the benefits of reduced stamina system depletion, better money barriers, better QTE windows and all the sort, and of course the classic camera. So that is all of your quality of life stuff, and I have to say, on my perspective, I'm very happy about that. There's a lot in here that I'm really positive about. I know there will be some elements of the community that might be ever so slightly disappointed it hasn't gone further, but as I've been saying for months and months now, it's not really a surprise given the size that ININ are, the money they generate. But what I will say for ININ is they have listened to the community, they've listened to the tweets, they've listened to all of the social media and everything going around, and this is what they've come up with. And actually, there's a lot here the community can be really happy about. Classic camera being one, better QTE windows being another, amongst everything else. Now, as I always say with this is vital that it is successful and we come out as a community to support this, because if this does well, it gives us more ammo to then go, make Shenmue 4 please, make more Shenmue content, whatever it is. If we don't do that and this isn't successful, then I do think we are truly in trouble. So guys, to summarise and confirm, ININ Games and YSNET have announced just now that Shenmue 3 Enhanced is coming out. It will be coming out on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series consoles, Nintendo marking the series debut over on the Nintendo platform. We don't know whether it's going to be Switch 1 or 2. Sega needs to bring 1 or 2 over to Nintendo Switch in one way or the other. We'll just have to see how that ends up. Also, if you own the game on PlayStation 4, you'll have an upgrade path to PlayStation 5 if you own the PS5 console. And likewise on PC, if you have the base PC experience, you'll be able to upgrade as well to the features that I've just listed out for you. I'm hoping that will be around £10 to £15 here, but we'll just have to see how that sort of pans out. As I say, key sort of real highlight features here that are going to be big changes I think the community will like. Classic camera mode is in, stamina system is being reduced, money barriers have been reduced, and that QTE timing window has been increased immensely, which is great. There's no confirmed release window on this at this point in time within the press release. I am anticipating over Gamescom we may get more potentially, given that ININ Games are out there in the business section. We are very, very lucky that I have James on the ground. James, who co-owns the dojo with me, will be on the ground at Gamescom trying to seek out the answers for everybody to see how this thing's moving forward, what we can expect going forward, and also ask some questions from the community. So if you have any questions, drop them in the comments below, drop us some on social media, on the forums, on the Discord, wherever you find us, and James will take those away and will ask the difficult questions of ININ around what they are doing with this release, which is great. Otherwise, guys, thank you for sticking with me. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and all the usual places that you can find us. I'm also going to give a shout out to ININ Games, who have given us a press release slightly ahead of time as well to allow this video to be recorded. It's much appreciated by us here. That means we can get the news out to you the minute it happens. We can get it out, and that just means the whole community are together on this journey as well. And then the last thing for me to turn around is I will be back with a video in the not too distant future. Thank you for sticking with me. Hope you've enjoyed the content, and I will see you all soon. Take care, guys. All the best. Have a good one.